Often when you think of Baker National, you think of the barn. It is the first hole, and it's a tough, demanding first hole, long par 4, 440, downhill second shot with the barn in the back and two big bunkers in front. So it's a challenge right out of the blocks, you know, especially if you haven't had a chance to warm up. So when you come out to play, I'd suggest get one of our warm-up buckets, hit a few balls, so when you're ready to hit the first tee, you're not in trouble right off the bat. I always say the greatest thing about Baker is it's in the middle of a park reserve, and so you don't have houses on the course, you don't have roads along the holes don't necessarily run side by side, so even though you're on a busy golf course, sometimes you feel that you're kind of off by yourself. You don't see a lot of other holes. There's a lot of natural areas. A couple holes are on Lake Spurzum. There's a lot of natural areas. There's a lot of trees, not necessarily right on the fairway, but off a little bit. It's really it's a private type environment, even though it's a very public golf course.
I guess I would describe it as it's very natural to me. It has a feeling of it was meant to be here. We've got the beautiful lake here. There are many mature trees here that just add to the scape of each hole. The staff here does a great job of taking care of our golf course. I think we have one of the best facilities in the Metroplex to play.
It's a really gorgeous hole. We have a bunch of holes out here that are, you know, they're in a very natural setting. Ponds, birds, trees, it's a gorgeous area. This one's always a tough one because you always have that chance for birdie, but there's always a chance for disaster as well. So I really love it. I feel like if there's any hole I could actually make a hole-in-one on, this could be the hole actually, because of all the putts, or the shots just seem to drain towards the hole if you hit them well. The greens have a lot of different undulations and mounds on them, which makes for challenging putting, and then it's also a lot of strategy in how you actually play the holes and placement of your shots. And when I first played it the first few times, I had struggled a little bit, so it's taken me a couple times to play it to get my course strategy figured out. It's very beautiful. That's probably my favorite part about Baker National, is that there are no houses on the golf course. It's all in a forest, it's in a preserve, lakes, trees. It's a really great place to come out and play.
I would tend to say it's more of a natural setting throughout. To me, there's maybe a little more of a undulation or altitude change on the front nine. I think that the amount of trees are approximately the same, so it's a very similar feel between both 9 holes.
A lot of trees, like I said, a lot of natural areas. You know, there's a lot of prairie grass, there's a lot of cattails. So you are out west of the cities. You're in a park reserve. It's a good walking course, but it is hilly. The tees and greens aren't too far apart, but there are some hills to navigate. But yeah, you're definitely not on a wide open prairie course.
I think the history here at Baker has been that we've had our greens somewhat protected, if you will, to where they didn't roll at a peak speed. Primarily for protecting the grass and providing a playing surface that your recreational player could handle. As of last year and this year, I think I've noticed that the greens are rolling a little faster, maybe just mowing a little more closely. So that gives a playing surface that I think a lot of people have been wanting. Just a little speedier green, but yet it's always going to be in nice shape.
Definitely trying to grow the game of all skill levels, but especially in juniors with a first tee facility. All the facilities, however, have extensive junior programs, junior instruction, competitive junior rates, so definitely focusing on growing the game. Baker's a great place to practice. Have a 60-station driving range. It's always on grass. It's a little bit downhill. You can see all your shots land. The turf it's a big enough area of turf where we can keep it in pretty good shape, even though we have a lot of use on it. We have a nice chipping and putting area, 2 putting greens, and it's a great place to come and practice your game, work on things. I'd say 25 minutes from downtown, about 15 minutes from 494. Easiest way from the cities is to take 394 west through Long Lake, north on Willow Drive, a couple miles left on County Road 24, and you'll see signs for the course at that point. You can also come out on 55.